From IsReal News, this is the midday briefing for Wednesday, February 25th. The United States has imposed new sanctions on more than 30 individuals, entities, and vessels tied to what U.S. officials describe as illicit Iranian oil sales and procurement networks connected to Iran's ballistic missile and advanced conventional weapons production. U.S. Treasury measures also target additional ships linked to Iran's so-called shadow fleet, which officials say moves Iranian oil and petroleum products to foreign markets. This comes as the Trump administration says it is intensifying economic pressure alongside preparations for multiple scenarios involving Iran. In Lebanon, a Hezbollah official told AFP the group would not intervene militarily if the United States carries out what the official described as limited strikes on Iran. The official was also quoted describing a red line related to any attempt to harm Iran's supreme leader. The development follows heightened regional concern over whether a wider set of actors could enter a confrontation if hostilities expand. In Iran, officials continued sharp public messaging in response to statements by U.S. President Donald Trump. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson described Trump's remarks on Iran's nuclear program, ballistic missiles, and the killing of protesters as false, and reiterated a warning over any attack targeting Iran's supreme leader. This occurs amid ongoing escalation scenarios that include both diplomatic and military signaling. Also in Tehran, a new billboard in Palestine Square threatened Israel and depicted Israel as Trump's 51st state, with imagery referencing destruction and hostile slogans. The incident takes place during a period of intensified propaganda and public messaging tied to the current U.S.-Iran standoff. In Jerusalem, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the Knesset, telling lawmakers that India stands with Israel in this moment and beyond, while also speaking about counterterrorism cooperation and bilateral ties.
Honorable members, I also carry with me the deepest condolences of the people of India for every life lost and for every family whose world was shattered in the barbaric terrorist attack by Hamas on October 7. We feel your pain. We share your grief. India stands with Israel firmly, with full conviction in this moment and beyond.
Knesset Speaker Amir Ohana awarded Modi the newly established Medal of the Knesset, citing what the Knesset spokesperson's office described as Modi's contributions to strengthening strategic cooperation between India and Israel. This comes as the two governments say trade, technology cooperation, and negotiations toward a free trade agreement remain central to the relationship. In his remarks, Modi also pointed to expanding economic ties and referenced areas of cooperation, including technology, agriculture, and water management. Indian officials said talks opened in New Delhi for an India-Israel free trade agreement, and cited total merchandise trade of $3.62 billion in 2024 to 2025. The development follows a high-profile diplomatic visit that Israeli officials framed as a major political and symbolic moment. In Europe, Germany's Navy has taken delivery of an autonomous underwater vessel known as BlueWhale, developed by IsReal Aerospace Industries, according to reporting in IsReal. Israeli officials described the delivery as part of deepening defense cooperation, following the recent transfer of Israel's Arrow 3 air defense system to Germany. This occurs amid broader European efforts to modernize capabilities and expand unmanned maritime systems for surveillance and undersea detection. Separately, an Israeli media report described an incident involving Israeli travelers at a hostel in Vietnam, where the travelers said they faced hostile treatment after presenting an Israeli passport, including political insults and removal of their belongings. The incident takes place during ongoing concerns among Israelis about anti-Israel harassment or discrimination while traveling abroad. Those are the latest headlines from IsReal News.